Jewelry is all about memories and events and life events. And here are bracelets that represented important events for the Duchess of Windsor, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, and Elizabeth Taylor. These were their personal charm bracelets that they had collected. What people don't realize is that there's really nothing new under the sun. That scarab with the carnelian above it is a sun, and it sort of symbolizes that there's nothing new under the sun. And going back to Egyptian jewelry, all we've done is really reinterpret all sorts of great dramatic styles that were done 3,000 years ago. This is something that was found 3,000 years ago, and it was found in 1922, but it dates back to Tutankhamun's grave, and it's beautiful workmanship in gold on this brooch. Here's a necklace breastplate that is the winged cobra breastplate. And here are a few scarabs with the sun again represented, and the brooches that were worn on and buried with King Tut. Here are a few rings that date back 3,000 years. So you can see not a lot has changed in basic design. This is a bracelet that was found, it's Assyrian, and it's archaeological jewelry that was copied after ancient jewelry. It was made in 1860 in England. And so they found during the 19th century these different troves of jewels from Greece to Russia, all over the Mediterranean, which inspired a whole movement of archaeological jewelry. And then this was very important. This, once again, dates back to ancient Greek jewelry, the serpent, which you'll see repeated today in contemporary jewelry. This is a wonderful pair of bracelets that were made at the time of Alexander the Great. And these wonderful cuffs and the sculptural work that was done then with just the minimal technology. Here's Etruscan jewelry, which so many times people like Elizabeth Gage were inspired by this Etruscan jewelry. This dates back to 530, 480 BC, and in the lower right are ear studs that were copied from a rosette. This was all found near Siena, Tuscany. This is Irish jewelry, and I don't think people think of ancient Ireland as having gold, but Romans had brought gold to Ireland, and this was made in the 6th century BC. Again, nothing new under the sun. The archaeological jewels that were created, this was done in 1878 by Tiffany and Company, and it was the first time Tiffany presented jewelry at the International Fair in Paris. Again, a serpent in the Renaissance revival style that's inspired by India. And so much of our jewelry actually began the themes and the techniques in India with their enamel work and their fine gold work that was done and brought back to Europe in the 1500s and early 1600s. And that's where the Italians first learned to make wonderful Renaissance jewelry. This is also beautiful enamel work that was inspired by Indian jewelry from 300-400 years ago. And here is the Greek revival style of jewelry that has also become very popular at this time. What's significant about jewelry is that, unlike a painting, you can't take the paint and canvas apart. However, with jewelry, regrettably, oftentimes people feel, oh, that belonged to my great-grandmother. I really don't want that anymore. And they go and tear these pieces apart for the precious metals and the gems and recreate them. So there's really very little of the ancient jewelry remaining.